lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne. This is my channel, Joanne WELLth. I am on a mission to educate, empower and inspire you all to step into your own life of wealth. That feeling of abundance in your mind, your body, your soul, your emotions, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. You're a ball of abundance. You feel amazing and you just want to scream it from the rooftops. That is my mission. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm going to be sharing these videos every single week, so it will mean a lot to me. If you like, subscribe, comment, reach out, let me know if you like what you hear, let me know what things you want to hear. And I do listen, so I'm going to change my WELLth Wednesdays a little, less lesson-like. I did used to be a school teacher, so sometimes I step back into that role. Still teaching, still sharing, but more of my own personal stories, and I probably have a story every single week. I'm still growing. I'm on my own growth journey. It's been, I think I really started my growth journey 5 years ago. Before that, I was riddled with anxiety, health anxiety, general anxiety, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more, so please tune in. This week I'm going to be sharing something that I went through last week, and yeah, I think I'm out of it. I'm out of the hangover of it, and it leads me nicely before I do that to my oil of the week. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I work with natural oils. I work with a company called doTERRA, and their oils are all pure, potent, clean. There's no synthetics, no fillers. And the one I'm sharing with you this week, Wild Orange, is so pure you can actually ingest it. So I put this in my water every single morning to kickstart my metabolism. It's also the oil of joy, prosperity and abundance. So I picked this today because last week I actually bathed in this. I put a few drops into my bath. I needed that fresh citrus scent to just pull me out of a hole that I put myself into. And I want to share today how I got myself out of that hole. First of all, how I got in it, and then how I got out of it. And I have my journal with me, and I think on my WELLth Wednesdays I am going to be sharing a little bit more about what I'm actually writing. I talk about journaling so much, but I haven't really, apart from in my last podcast, shared what the hell do I write about, because some people message me and they're like, I want to journal but I don't know what to write. So here we go. The background. So you may have heard me mention, I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, that I'm not going to use the word stressed because it wasn't stressed. I was annoyed, I was bothered, I was a bit like, ugh, come on. I sold my car. So that was an event, because someone came and it was a Mini and I knew the market value. They offered me a tiny amount, like less than a handbag. And so that stressed me out, because the reason that I was selling the car was because I had this credit card. Now I live in Dubai, my credit card was in the UK, and unbeknownst to me, I'd been paying off 200, 300, even more some months where I was like, right, let's get rid of this. And every time I checked my balance, I was like, what is going on? It's stuck on this amount. And at some point my interest rate had switched. So I hadn't notice this, and some people will be like, silly girl, but I hadn't. And yeah, so I was like, all right, I need to sort this out, because I felt like the debt was a chain around my neck, and I have a history of debt. So 15 years ago, maybe, I can't remember how old I was at the time, maybe 20, I can't remember, 15 years ago, 20, yeah, maybe. So anyway, I came out of uni, and as soon as you turn 18, you get all the credit cards and finance and and I was at university, and I had a new car, a couple of credit cards, and I was fine. I was paying them off. And my circumstances changed. So at the time when I had all of the finance, I lived with my friend. We had really cheap rent. I lived with my best friend. Really cheap rent. Like, I want to say it was £150 a month each. So it was really cheap. So I was thriving, had so much money, worked for a mobile phone company, had lots of commissions, blah, 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 blah. Then things started to change. So my best friend got pregnant. Okay, fine, didn't affect me. I also decided that, right, I'm done with working in this call centre. I want to step into something else. And I decided that I wanted to do care work. So I wanted to be a teacher, but then at the same time, during that time, I didn't want to go back to university. So I'd already finished university. So I was like, right, I'm having a few years out before I do this, because this is going to be my forever career, she thought. So I decided that, right, I'm done with call centres. This is annoying. I'm going to work in a care home. So off I went, and I loved it. I worked in a care home with dementia patients. However, the pay was less than half of what I was used to. So then, because my best friend was pregnant, then I had to move out. I had to find a place on my own. So suddenly I went from having all of this money, this spare cash, and sharing everything 50-50 to half the pay with all the outgoings. I had to sell my car. There's a theme here. To try and pay off the finance. I still had some credit cards I couldn't pay off, and I know a lot of you listening to this will have the same, gone through the same, and I just couldn't. So I went to speak to somebody, and they told me that, you know, they put my mind at ease. First of all, being in debt is not illegal. You haven't broken any laws. But the way these companies come after you is scary. You know, threatening to send people around, threatening the bailiffs. You know, that's the situation I was in, and I was scared. Because then I was like, oh my God, what if they come and take the TV? What if they come and, you know, raid the house when I'm not in? I'd never been in this situation before, and I was believing the letters they were sending. Anyway, fast forward a few months after I'd spoken to people and I got some advice. I was told that I could do this thing called a debt relief order, but that would mean I was blacklisted for X amount of years, and I was like, don't care, just get me out of this mess. So that's what I did. So now I still live in the debt is bad. I cannot be in debt. So when I realized that this interest, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to get rid of this. Then I decided to sell my beloved Mini. And so that was maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago now, which sold it, paid a chunk, still not all of the credit card off, but a huge chunk. So it's going to be manageable. And I had hire cars, and they have this system here in Dubai where you can literally pick up a car. There's an app, you drive it however many days, and then you leave it in a car park. Fine. So there's one company that you can extend. So I kept having to extend the car because my new car was taking a while. And yeah, for 7 days. So my knowledge of this was you park it in a public car park, someone else will come and pick the car up, done. I parked it in a car park that I thought was a public car park. It wasn't. And I was actually just doing my yoga flow the other day, my phone flashed, and it was my bank money being taken out, and it was a lot. So I rang the car company because it was them that took the money, and I was like, why are you taking money? I've returned the car. Panic mode. Oh, you were parked in a private car park. And they kept fining me for the days until someone else went to pick up that car. So of course I was crying. They'd taken so much money out of my bank account. Why is this happening? I'm trying to sort out my finances and blah, blah, blah. Crying on the phone. I just want to get rid of these hire cars. Really, really stressed out. Got no money now, as you can imagine. Then I sat with it, and I actually realised that this time last year, a similar situation involving money, not with cars, that I worked for somebody and they didn't pay me, and it was the same amount of money. I then went on holiday to Bali and drew some money out. The money didn't come out, but they still took the money from my bank. So same amount of money. So I really sat with it and decided that, right, there's a lesson that the universe is trying to teach me here. And what actually came up for me was that there's a little bit of self-worth going on, and the universe is taking from me because I am not putting myself out there or not asking for my worth. And that is so true. Even as someone who is self-employed, I am freelance. Sometimes when I have to message people to ask them to pay me, I do feel a little bit like, ooh. And I've provided the service, you know, you need to pay me. The shopkeepers and the shops don't feel bad when you ask them for money. And I found this, and this is what I wrote in my journal. Everything I experience is a direct result of what I believe I deserve on a subconscious level. When I decide I want something new or better than what I have, or I have always had, I need to increase my self-worth so I feel completely deserving of it. So what came from that for me was that this money, these fines, and yes, I made a mistake, I parked in the wrong place, was actually showing me that in other areas of my life that I am not stepping into my self-worth. So of course I went then to my journal and I decided to step into my self-worth. My YouTube channel is one of the things that I kept putting off because I didn't feel worthy, and I didn't feel like, you know, who wants to listen to me? Who's gonna watch my videos? And to be honest, even when I get one view, I'm like, wow! So anything above that is amazing for me. And I need to step into that feeling of, whoa, one person has watched my video. How amazing is that? 40 people, 50 people. And then I just stop checking the views because it really doesn't matter to me. Because I know I am worthy of putting these videos out. I am worthy of attracting people to watch my videos, whether it's quickly, whether it's a slow process. But I am stepping up and doing this. I am ready to claim my desired financial goals. And these are things that I have been shying away from. I'll give you a couple more. I claim my worth, I've just said that. I claim my second home. My dream is to have the income coming in that I can buy a second home for me and my fiance. So we have two and we're both in charge of one each. That's my goal. I am worthy of travel. I am worthy of claiming my desired amount of money every day, every week, every month. So for me, this is a money mindset. This is me stepping into my worth, that I am worthy of making money. And the debt that I am afraid of is all in my head. Yes, I have money on that credit card, but money is energy. Money is infinite. So that debt, yes, we're so conditioned to think, oh my God, if I don't pay it, which I am going to, I'm not going to do this, but it is just energy. At some point that will go. So, you know, and I always say this to people, other people who are stressed out about being in debt, because I've been there, I've seen it, and I wasn't put in jail. Nothing bad happened to me. It was just very stressful. And I've advised my friends on things and, you know, how to deal with this. So I'm taking my own advice and allowing myself to step into that worth. And now I'm ready. And I am not kidding you. This is not clickbait. This is not a lie. As soon as I wrote this down, I sat in the garden, I wrote it down. I straight away had 2 WhatsApps. Can we do this at the weekend? Yes, that was half of the money that was taken from me for the fines. I then had another opportunity coming up. Can I do this next week? It was the same amount of the money. So the universe there was like, right, okay, we are going to take this, but we're going to give it you back. And they gave it me back in a way of something that I am actually worthy of doing. Opportunities, experiences, sharing my voice with other people. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is available to everybody. And it is a journey. This morning when I woke up, I still had to remind myself of, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is what I believe in myself. This is what is coming. And today, actually, just forgotten, someone else messaged me again, can we work with you from the 25th of March to the end of April? Yes. So that's double the amount of money that was taken from me. So what I've been doing to help me with this, and what I want to share with you today, is first of all aligning my intentions. What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm calling in? What is it that I feel like I am worth? How do I want to feel? What is my intention? For me, the overarching intention is I want to have a calm nervous system when it comes to money. I want to make decisions that are aligned with me, not automatically do the maths in my head of, can I afford it? So that is me. I want to take that away. And even when I can afford it, that's my first reaction. That's not going to happen anymore. Of course, there's, you know, boundaries to that at the moment, but it's that I cannot afford it yet, or I can't do that yet. I'm waiting for the money to come in. The money is coming to me soon. We then need to, or I need to, and we need to embody this deeply. So I am living this, and when I get those thoughts that pop up, I am reframing them. I am switching them so that instead of it being like, oh my God, you've got this much, like, oh my God, I am able to pay off my credit card. I have been able to pay those fines. The money was taken out of my bank, yes, but the money was there. Now I still have money left in my bank. I'm getting paid this week. Amazing. So flipping these thoughts, embodying it, believing it, inviting people to my workshops, sharing my yoga, sharing my voice, because I am worthy of what will come from this. And then taking inspired action daily. So what action am I going to take to step into the version of myself that is worthy of her dreams? So for me today is this. I wasn't going to record my video today, but I'm feeling it today. I want to share this today. So this is my action step today, to share this, to make it more personal, to share my worries, to share what I'm coming through, because this is what I want to do. This is what I desire. And if my goals and my dreams can come from this, then thank you, thank you, thank you. And when it comes to calling these desires, these wishes into us, there is a reprogramming that has to take place. We have to reprogram. So for me, I have to reprogram myself for the debt, the fear of not being scared, of not knowing where it's coming from, letting go of that control. And I've wrote down here in my journal, so reprogramming my subconscious beliefs. This will increase my self-worth by reprogramming that I am worthy and the debt is not a bad thing, that my self-worth is going to lift. It doesn't make me a bad person because I had to write off my debt in my 20s. It doesn't get in the way of anything other than I was just scared because of the letters that they used to send to me. The second thing is find other people that make this seem like it's possible, or show you that this is possible. Maybe for you, that can be me. I am up for this challenge. I am here to show you that this is possible. I have a list of people who I wrote down in my journal. I'm not going to share these here because I don't want to, they don't know. I don't message them and go, hi, by the way, I've picked you. They're just people that I have on my social media, that I know personally, that I can look to and think, right, okay, this is possible. We are working on the same things. We are doing the same thing. We have the same vision. We have the same mission. This is something that's accessible to me as well. And then we have to pass the tests. So that doesn't mean we sit down and have an exam. The universe will send things to us, throw us a curveball. And when we're like, oh my God, why is the universe doing this? That is our test. And it could be an emotion that it wants us to feel, to work through. So for me last week, it was that fear. It was that scarcity. It was that lack. Did I sit and wallow in that? To be honest, for about an hour. The old me would have wallowed, just continued. I'd still be wallowing. But I spoke to myself. I pulled myself up. I realized that, right, this is a test. This happened last year. Last year I kicked off. Last year I tried to get my money by any means by going to a solicitor instead of just letting it go. I'm letting this go. Yes, it's shitty. Yes, I don't want to pay the fines, but I parked in the wrong place, apparently. So I'm letting it go. And I'm hoping that helps me to pass the test. I'm taking the inspired action. Then we have to follow our intuition. So for me, every single morning I channel, I ask, what do I need to do today? I listen to my intuition. And again, just this video now, my human side was like, just go, there's noise outside, don't need to make the video today. But my intuition was saying, doing it, you're in the power right now. I feel empowered right now and I want this to come through this video. My intuition was telling me to do it. Does that mean this video is going to get tens of thousands of views? Who knows? Does that mean this video will get 10 views? But one person will reach out to me and go, Joanne, thank you for sharing that. I've been through the same, I'm going through the same. Any advice for me? I'd love to work with you. How can you help me? And let's see, I'm trusting. So that is it for today. And I will be updating. So my WELLth Wednesdays from now on is, like I said, sharing how I am stepping into my own wealth. I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone will ever get to a perfect state of wealth. The more we grow, the more we learn about ourselves, the more we uncover, the more that we have to take different action steps. So that is it from me today. Thank you very much for listening. And yeah, please feel free, reach out to me if you have any questions on anything I've shared today. If you want to learn more about the oils, if you want to get your own wild orange to help you through any feelings of lack of abundance, or if you just feel like, oh my God, I needed to hear that today because you're feeling crap about money, about debt, about things going out, about things coming in, let me know. And I will see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.